Remember Everybody Hates Chris? The series entertained millions of viewers with the hilarious antics of little Chris and his family. However, 20 years later, the fate of the cast members continues to unfold like a tragic script. Some suffered from debilitating illnesses and quietly disappeared from the Hollywood spotlight. Some left this world suddenly, while others achieved success beyond all expectations. Where are they now, and how have their lives changed 2 decades later? Let's find out. Terry Crews as Julius Rock. Terry Crews was 37 years old when he played Julius Rock, a strict yet loving and mean-spirited father, in Everybody Hates Chris, 2005. This role, both humorous and touching, transformed him into the quintessential American dad, inspiring laughter and admiration from audiences. Terry Crews was born on July 30, 1968, in Flint, Michigan. After years in the NFL and transitioning to acting, he faced a serious personal crisis in his marriage. Terry married Rebecca King Crews in 1990 and had 5 children with her. The marriage nearly fell apart due to his long-standing struggle with pornography addiction. In 2014, he publicly recounted his difficulties in the book Manhood, and where he described how the couple overcame them through therapy and faith. Their 35-year marriage is now a testament to forgiveness and healing. Illness and trauma have also affected Terry. In 2017, he revealed that he had been sexually assaulted by a Hollywood agent. This courageous act made him one of the leading advocates against male sexual harassment in the entertainment industry. After suffering from chronic depression and insomnia, he found balance through exercise, meditation, and reading. To this day, Terry exercises 6 days a week, considering it his spiritual therapy and source of inner strength. Terry Crews is now 57 years old. He hosted America's Got Talent and spearheaded a campaign encouraging men to speak openly about grief. With an estimated net worth of $25 million, he lives with his family in a $3 million mansion in Pasadena. Ernest Lee Thomas as Mr. Omar. At 56 years old, Ernest Lee Thomas stars as Mr. Omar, the eccentric, funny, and terrifying Undertaker who provided unforgettable laughs in Everybody Hates Chris, 2005. With his unmistakable voice and captivating narration, he transformed a secondary character into one of the film's most iconic figures, helping to define the work's characteristic satirical humor. Ernest was born on March 26, 1949, in Gary, Indiana. He grew up in a working-class family where the dream of a life in the art world seemed impossible. Even during those difficult early years, he developed a passion for acting as a way to escape reality. However, his love life was not a bed of roses. Despite several relationships, including one with actress Kim Cattrall in his youth, Ernest never married. He admitted that the fear of loss prevented him from making long-term commitments, especially after the death of his younger brother from AIDS in the 1996, a trauma that haunts him to this day. In the years that followed, Ernest's health became a constant struggle. In 2015, he was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, which led to complications such as vision loss and nerve pain. Furthermore, his congenital visual impairment forced him to work twice as hard to maintain his career. However, he maintained a positive attitude, documenting his journey on social media and inspiring others facing similar challenges. Ernest Lee Thomas is now 76 years old. He lives a modest life in a small apartment in Los Angeles, continues to make guest appearances on television, and regularly speaks publicly about mental health awareness. His net worth is approximately $500,000, derived primarily from royalties and social work. Whoopi Goldberg as Granny? Whoopi Goldberg was 50 years old when she played Granny Tashi, the intelligent, witty, and caring Granny Tashi in Everybody Hates Chris, 2005. Although it was only a guest appearance, she brought her characteristic humor and Hollywood wit, making each scene memorable and exciting. Whoopi Goldberg was born on November 13, 1955, in New York City. Her personal life has been filled with pain and turmoil. She was married 3 times, to Alvin Martin, 1973 to 1979, David Clausen, 1986 to 1988, and Lyle Trachtenberg, 1994 to 1995, all marriages ending in divorce. After these marital failures, she chose to live alone, dedicating herself entirely to her work, her daughter, Alex Martin, and her grandchildren. In the 1986, she faced problems with substance abuse and financial difficulties, which almost ruined her career. But she eventually recovered and regained her prominent position. Health problems were also an inevitable part of her journey. In 2019, Whoopi suffered from double pneumonia and severe sepsis, which required a long hospital stay and nearly led to her death. She recovered, but was left physically debilitated. In 2023, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, MS, which caused paralysis and numbness in her right arm. Despite the disease, Whoopi remained resilient, continuing gene and drug therapy, and participating in medical research. In 2025, Whoopi Goldberg turned 70. She remains one of the main hosts of the show The View, where she reportedly earns around $6 million a year. With an estimated net worth of $30 million, she lives in her mansion in New Jersey, dedicating her time to writing books, doing charity work, and caring for her grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Antonio Fargas played Doc, the witty, wise, and kind grocery store owner who mentored young Chris in the film Everybody Hates Chris, 2005. He was 59 years old at the time. The character's combination of discipline and kindness reminded audiences of the simple values of humanity and community in the working-class streets of Brooklyn. With this role, Antonio cemented his place as one of the veteran actors still valued after decades in the industry. Antonio Fargas was born on August 14, 1946, in New York City. He spent his childhood in a tough neighborhood in Harlem, where poverty, violence, and racism were common. His personal life was equally turbulent. After the brief end of his first marriage to Elizabeth Wilson, he found true love in Sandra DeVee Fargas, with whom he remained for over 3 decades. But in 2023, that happiness came to an end when Sandra passed away after a long illness, leaving Antonio heartbroken and alone in his old age. This loss led him to withdraw from public life, slow down, and reflect on love, faith, and what truly remains after a life of hard work. Age also brings its inevitable limitations. Antonio admits to suffering from joint pain and chronic fatigue, a natural consequence of years of uninterrupted work. However, he continues to practice yoga, maintain a vegetarian lifestyle, and participate in public health awareness programs. His discipline and optimism sustain him, even as he faces the loneliness of losing loved ones. In 2025, Antonio Fargas will be 79 years old. He lives quietly in California, regularly attending charity events and film festivals. His net worth is estimated at $1 million, derived mainly from film royalties and fan engagement. J.B. Smoove as Uncle Raleigh. J.B. Smoove joined the cast of Everybody Hates Chris, 2005, at the age of 40 as Uncle Raleigh, a charming, sweet, and mischievous uncle who frequently causes trouble for the Rock family. Although only a secondary character, his infectious humor and affectionate personality add a special touch to the family atmosphere, making him one of the most interesting supporting characters in the film. Born on December 16, 1965, in Plymouth, North Carolina, J.B. Smoove grew up in poverty and hardship after his alcoholic father abandoned the family. Despite the pain, laughter became a way for him to survive. His marriage to singer Shahida Omar in 2007 was one of the greatest blessings of his life. Together, they raised Shahida, their daughter, and Jerica, J.B., his daughter from a previous relationship. The duo often collaborates on comedies, using humor to heal and strengthen relationships, proving that love and laughter can overcome even the deepest wounds. Despite their success, J.B. has faced serious health and personal problems. In 2015, he survived a brutal home invasion, which traumatized him and left him with constant anxiety. He also suffers from chronic back pain, caused by years of performing and injuries on stage, which requires physiotherapy. To maintain his health, he is vegetarian, meditates, and exercises regularly. He often reminds his fans that health and peace of mind are priceless. J.B. Smoove is now 59 years old. He lives in New Jersey with his family, cultivates an organic garden, and continues to act in Curb Your Enthusiasm and do stand-up comedy. With an estimated net worth of $6 million, he leads a simple life, prioritizing family, gratitude, and sharing the joy that comedy can bring to the world. Travis T. Flory as Caruso. At 13 years old, Travis T. Flory starred as Joey Caruso, the often hilarious but strangely endearing school bully in Everybody Hates Chris, 2005. With his natural acting talent and mischievous charm, Travis delivered scenes that were both funny and unexpectedly touching, making his character a vital part of the film's story about high school life. Travis Flory was born on May 24, 1992, in Fontana, California. After initial success, he quickly felt exhausted by the constant demands of filming. In 2010, he decided to leave Hollywood to rest and rediscover himself. He disappeared from public life for 5 years, avoiding the media and public attention. During this period, many believed he had retired. During this time, he lived with his family in Yucaipa, studied musical composition, and practiced meditation to find inner peace. Fortunately, Travis's health remained stable, with no reports of serious illness. He stays in shape by going to the gym regularly and running in the mornings, maintaining a positive attitude even though he no longer works full-time in the entertainment industry. As he once said, leaving Hollywood doesn't mean giving up, but rather learning to be more authentic. Travis T. Flory is now 33 years old. He returned to the entertainment industry, primarily as a freelance voice actor and singer. With an estimated net worth of around $1 million, he enjoys a comfortable life in California, focusing on music and small creative projects. Takina Arnold as Rochelle Rock. At 36 years old, Takina Arnold starred in Everybody Hates Chris 2005, playing Rochelle Rock, a stern yet funny mother who protects her son with love, wit, and a strong personality. Her character became an icon of Black motherhood, intelligent, pragmatic, and emotional, and the series left an indelible mark on viewers. Takina Arnold was born on June 28, 1969, in Queens, New York. Her love life was filled with disappointment and suffering. After the end of her first marriage to boxer Layman Brewster in 1995, she married basketball coach Dorico Hines in 2012. However, a few years later, the union ended in a fiasco amidst domestic violence and an infidelity scandal. The humiliation devastated her, but her daughter, Elijah, became the driving force that kept her strong. Even after losing her father in 2018, Takina was determined to remain optimistic and transform her grief into strength to protect both her children and her career. Her health also faced significant challenges. In 2013, Takina was diagnosed with lupus, an autoimmune disease that causes chronic fatigue and pain. She managed the disease with yoga, meditation, and a strict diet. In 2015, she suffered a miscarriage and fell into a deep depression. In 2020, she faced another health crisis, a benign brain tumor that affected her vision. A series of setbacks weakened her physically, but she never gave up. Takina describes those years as a battle of wills and fear. In 2025, Takina Arnold is 56 years old and still lives in Los Angeles with her daughter, Elijah. She continues to star in the sitcom The Neighborhood and actively supports lupus awareness charities. Her net worth is estimated at around $2 million, derived primarily from her acting and small-scale production projects. Despite the challenges, Rochelle Rock on screen and Takina off is the embodiment of resilience and strength. Taquan Richmond as Drew Rock. Taquan Richmond joined the series Everybody Hates Chris in 2005, playing the character Drew Rock, Chris's sweet and beloved younger brother, at the age of 13. With his natural charm and confidence, he brought Drew to life, making him one of the show's most beloved characters among young viewers. Taquan Richmond was born on October 30, 1992, in Burlington, North Carolina. After achieving fame at a young age, he faced immense pressures of success and loneliness during adolescence. Years later, he revealed that he had become addicted to drugs and was hospitalized, entering rehab in 2018. It was a dark period that almost cost him his career and self-esteem. Taquan has been in a relationship with Totona Jackson since 2018, which has helped him regain stability after years of turmoil. They have a daughter, Harley, born in 2021, although they are not yet married. Taquan often says that being a father is the most difficult, yet most beautiful role of my life. His health was also affected when he suffered a serious shoulder injury during the filming of an action movie, which forced him to take time off work for almost a year for surgery and physical therapy. During his recovery, Taquan rediscovered his passion and healed physically and mentally. Although there were times when he considered leaving the industry, he ultimately realized that this was where he belonged. In 2025, Taquan Richmond is 33 years old and lives in Los Angeles, dividing his time between acting and independent music production. He continues to work on independent film projects and received 3 Daytime Emmy nominations for his role in the series General Hospital. His net worth is estimated at $500,000, derived primarily from acting and music. Having learned from the mistakes of his youth, Taquan now lives at a more relaxed pace, cherishes his family, and uses his story to inspire others who struggle with their past. Jason Alexander as Principal Lacey. At 46 years old, Jason Alexander starred in Everybody Hates Chris, 2005, as Principal Lacey, the eccentric, witty, and contradictory school principal who constantly puts Chris in embarrassing and hilarious situations. Although his screen time was brief, Jason's comedic talent and unique charm made audiences laugh and reminded everyone of his remarkable versatility after his huge success on Seinfeld. Jason Alexander was born on September 23, 1959, in Newark, New Jersey. His marriage to Dana E. Title in 1982 remains one of the few lasting marriages in Hollywood. However, his life wasn't a bed of roses. After the end of Seinfeld in 1998, Jason went through a deep emotional crisis and his fame vanished overnight. He struggled with depression, alcoholism, and uncontrollable anger that nearly destroyed his marriage. Thanks to Dana's patience and couples therapy, the two survived those difficult years together. She was the only person who stopped me from losing myself. Jason once said, in recent years, his health deteriorated significantly. Jason was diagnosed with chronic irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, which caused him constant pain and affected his work. Due to years of smoking, he developed asthma, which forced him to completely change his lifestyle. In 2024, he underwent heart surgery due to severe chest pain, which resulted in the insertion of a stent. After the surgery, he adopted a Mediterranean diet, stopped drinking alcohol, and started playing golf to improve his health. These experiences helped him appreciate life more and use his story to inspire others to find balance and take care of themselves. In 2025, Jason Alexander was 66 years old. He lives in Los Angeles with his wife, enjoying a quiet life with their two sons, Gabriel and Noah. His net worth is estimated at $50 million, primarily derived from royalties from the Seinfeld series and voice acting contracts. Currently, he dedicates himself to charity work, giving acting classes and participating in celebrity charity poker tournaments to raise funds. Paige Hurd as Tasha Clarkson. Paige Hurd was only 13 years old when she played Tasha Clarkson, Chris's charming neighbor and first love in Everybody Hates Chris, 2005. Although it was only a supporting role, Tasha symbolized the youth, innocence, and purity of first love that have remained in viewers' memories for years. Paige Hurd was born on July 20, 1992 in Dallas, Texas. While her career was taking off, her personal life was turbulent. After years of being single, she began dating rapper DMX, whom she considered her soulmate. When DMX died in 2021 from a heart attack caused by a drug overdose, Paige was devastated, admitting, "A piece of my heart went with him." In early 2019, she was arrested for driving under the influence, which forced her to take a temporary break from her acting career to seek mental health treatment. These traumatic experiences helped her mature and become more cautious in resisting the temptations of the entertainment industry. After DMX's death, Paige struggled with anxiety and insomnia. To heal, she turned to therapy, yoga, and meditation. With the help of professionals and friends, she gradually overcame the trauma and returned to the screen with greater depth and emotional strength. Paige Hurd admitted that art is the only thing that helps her overcome the pain and start living again. Paige Hurd is now 33 years old. Currently, she resides in Los Angeles, where she dedicates herself to her acting career and her presence on social media, with millions of followers. Her net worth is estimated at $2 million US, derived from acting work, advertising contracts, and personal projects.